I was trolling the Twitter sphere as I am known to do as a social media addict, and I came across someone trying to troll O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ice Cube's son,
Yeah.
the one who played him in Straight Outta Compton,
Yes.
and they were
Movie
like they
that has
called him
not aged well, but it was good on the first viewing.
that is true.
Yeah.
They called him a Nepo baby, and he replied with, "Telling me I had an easy life is not an insult, bro. Laughing
Yeah.
my ass off."
Yeah. I mean, so the thing with the Nepo baby thing is they always pick the wrong cases. Like
Yeah, they
O'Shea
do.
Jackson is not like a lead actor in Hollywood. He's a working actor and he's good. And like his big break was playing his dad in a movie. He looks like him. He did a passable job. Like find someone else to,
Right.
Also, furthermore, like acting, like people want to deny the impact that genetics has on people's success rates. And so
Right.
like like when your odds of becoming a lawyer are higher when your parents are lawyer. Your odds of becoming a doctor are higher when your parents are doctors. So it
Correct.
doesn't strike me as odd that if you're in entertainment, your odds are higher to become an entertainer.
Yeah.
Like Patrick Schwarzenegger is a really good actor, probably because his dad was, well, not good, but his dad was an actor and he grew up in an
His dad was a
environment
hell of an
that,
entertainer.
correct. There we go. So like, it just doesn't bother me. Because I believe in the genetics and more likely than not, if you're especially with something like acting where there's a look requirement and like you
Correct.
need to be attractive to be on movie screens, and attractive people pass their genetics on to babies that become attractive
That is true.
children. Well,
Yeah.
that sounds terrible, but they pass on their good looks to their children.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah. I caught that, but yeah, so what do you got on it?
Yeah, I think I feel like the same way, and also for when the entertainment industry is very different. Again, it's all like Hollywood is it's a big city, but it's a small town. It's all
Right.
about who you know and connection. So, of course, the child of a legend is going to be heavily connected. Like
Yeah.
that's not rocket science. Also, I think this whole thing we do, especially like in our community, is like getting out the mud, right? Like you should be applauded for getting out the mud, but like don't create the mud yourself. You know what I
Correct.
mean?
Correct.
Like there's no need to make shit harder for yourself than you need to. Like I think like John David Washington, Denzel's
Yeah.
son, who's an actor. I think there's a story where he was like at one point tried to use like a different name or something like that, where because he didn't want to be attached or
He didn't
to his
want to.
father,
Yeah. Yeah. As a
and it's
man, he
like
wanted to earn it himself.
correct, and it's like respectable and commendable. However, why intentionally make things harder for yourself? Like, I mean,
Well,
I
I mean,
respect it,
I
but
understand
it's
in the
just
sense that like it doesn't feel good to win something you didn't earn. Um,
right,
and so but at the same time, either you can act or you can't. And
right.
you know, we're not gonna. Most audiences aren't gonna give you a pass because you're Denzel's kid.
No,
If
they're
not, they're
not.
gonna grade you on a curve. If it more than anything, they're gonna grade you on a curve. So you might as well take the
True.
opportunities as they come.
Yeah.
And like the whole point of being successful is to make, to build a better life for your children. I don't understand,
Thank you. I was gonna say that.
my, my grandparents provided a better life than she lived. My mom provided a better life than she lived. And I'm probably, when I have children, when I have children, I will provide a better life than I had. Like that's the whole point. That's the sign of a
Right.
successful lineage.
Correct.
Is every generation is more prosperous and more successful than the next. And
Correct.
that's the case for most of the people that I know. And like, why would I purposefully make things harder on my children when I just don't have to? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like it just doesn't make any sense. I would, if I had a child, I would do my best to make sure they succeeded, and I would pull strings to make sure that they needed what they had to they had what they needed to succeed. So I don't
Right.
begrudge anyone for doing that. The only time, I mean, the topic du jour is Bronny, and that's only because roster spots are finite, and it is a zero sum game in the
Right.
NBA. And so like that I mean, okay, you could quibble with that. But other
Part and
than that,
parcel of
like,
that all you
yeah,
want. Yeah.
like there are those spots in movies are not finite. Like there's,
Yeah.
like
There's
there's a
there's
million
18,000
movies.
movies that are
Yeah,
being pitched right now as we speak.
correct.
You
And
know?
so it doesn't really bother
Um,
me.
I feel you. And also I think for me is it especially again coming from black community, it's like it's just so counterintuitive to everything that we talk about. We talk
Yeah,
about generational wealth, we talk about black excellence,
yeah,
all these ideas that we preach and we're taught, you have to be work 5 times harder than the person next to you, so on and so forth. and then to go and shame someone who benefited from someone who did work 5 times harder than the
Yeah,
person next to them. It's just the crabs in the barrel mentality. So it's like, are you for us or are you not? You know,
correct. Well, I mean, let's just call it what it is. A
I'm
lot of
not
the
saying it's
people,
anti-black, but
no, I mean it's jealousy.
yeah, it's
It
it's
is,
really
it
just hate,
is,
hate, hate.
it's hating. A lot of people, like again, you rarely see it used when it's necessary to be used. It's
No,
always
it's
like
never.
some successful actor, entertainer. Okay, that's the thing. You never see it. They never complain when like
I
it's a software
you could
engineer. It's just a
yeah
job you want to do. Like that's all it
yeah
is. It's just like you want to be an
right
actor and you're
like
mad that he's an actor because you're not going down to the C-suite and complaining about some guy on Wall
no
Street who got a gig because his uncle was the managing
correct
director. You only it's just convenient that you only care when it's actors and actresses and rappers and shit like that.
right. No
So
one
give me a
complained.
break.
No one complained when Quincy Jones' kids got his inheritance.
No,
Because you weren't in line for that. No one
correct.
complained. I mean, shit. The president of the United States right now, you could consider him a nepo baby.
Sure. I mean,
Well, he came from money. He got a quote unquote small loan of $1 million.
I
You
mean,
know,
sure.
I'm just saying the whole
Yeah.
concept of bootstraps is very
It
you
is.
know,
It's nonsense. Like the whole
yeah,
point of working and having children is to provide a better life than you had.
right.
At least that's why I work.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, you're supposed to be more prosperous in the next generation because you're taking their information and you're building upon it.
Right.
And so, yeah, I don't. That's the whole point of this. You don't want to. You don't. I would be
Stunt your
disappointed as
children.
a father if my son or daughter was less successful than me. Like, that would be like that. That's like
Right.
you're supposed to continue the thing down the
Yeah.
line. I'm supposed to give them the info, and they're supposed to take that and run with it. You want to start them on 3rd and 2. Not 3rd and 8. So,
Correct.
it defeats the whole purpose of doing this whole thing called life, in my
Of of
opinion.
of of parenthood and family. Like what I don't understand if you're gonna have children and you don't want them to be better than you, quote unquote, whatever that means, or to be in a better position than you had. What was the point of you bringing them into the world?
Now there are
I,
some things like I wouldn't like I'm steadfast against like giving my kid a smartphone before 16.
okay, yeah, that's valid.
Like little things like that,
Yeah,
but like that's because I have information that, well, I didn't smartphones. I'm so old. My first cell phone was 17, but you know what I mean?
yeah,
I think those things are just not good for children and not good for brain development and all that good stuff. But like
yeah.
those are like, yes, I could afford to give my child a smartphone, but like I'm choosing not to for the betterment of them. But it's not like
hmm
some you don't get a smartphone because I didn't have one. Like
Because
that,
I
no,
didn't.
that's
Yeah,
stupid.
like
Like that's like no, you can get the video game and we'll monitor how much you can play it. But no, I'm
yeah.
not going to deprive you of a video game that I can afford just because I didn't have one when I was 8. That's stupid. Like
It is dumb as hell. Like the
that.
whole like Anthony Mackie thing with his kids, where he's like, "I'm
Yeah.
not buying y'all no Jordans, sir. You're Captain America. Buy them kids some J's."
Buy some J's, man. You got them in some Airwax at school. And it's just like, and then what fucked me up is that he said, "You're a child. You don't need Jordans." And then that's not 30 seconds later. He said, "When I leave,
You
you
the
the
man of
man of
the
the
house when
house."
I'm gone.
And he never once hits him that those two things
Which,
don't make any
by the
sense.
way, by the way, like we love our parents, but that's like the perfect microcosm of Black parenthood right there. Like
Yeah,
just
you
like
just
you
want us to grow up
live under
fast
my
and
roof.
slow at the same time.
Right. As long as you're under my roof, you abide by my rules. But also, why is the chicken not out at 5 p.m. when I get home from work?
I was just to buy the kid. What is $200 to Anthony Mackie? That ain't
Bruh.
even. He would not if he had $200 in his wallet and he misplaced it somewhere. He would not notice it. Like it just.
He wouldn't notice it.
It's just not like, dude.
If
Buy
you
your
if you were
fucking
like,
kids
sir,
some
you
shoes,
dropped
man.
this, he'd be like,
Yeah,
oh no, just keep it.
yeah. Like
That's crab oil money.
I just then Jordan's just such a racist dog. So kids don't even like Jays no more. That's us. Like they look at us like those are old man shoes to them. Like they don't even like, bro. You just using 1990s Republican racist talking points. Like and they buying all them Jays instead of
Jays
going to school.
and and the pants are down.
Yeah, give me a break.
No, that's facts. That shit was crazy. I'm like, bro, you wearing like I'm sure he had on in that interview probably $10,000 worth of clothes and jewelry.
Well, he literally complained.
And
He was like. a year ago, I would have made 20. He was talking about the generations of actors that
The
came and
black
gone.
actors, yeah, yeah,
And he
yeah.
was
Uh-huh.
like, used to get 20 million a movie. Now it's only four
No,
or
so
five. You
seven,
lost me.
5 to. Yeah, he's like now it's 5 to 7. I'm like, okay, so you can still get your kids to chase though.
You lost me, bro. You're going on television or whatever this was,
Yeah,
a video podcast and complaining about only earning $7 million a movie.
that is crazy.
Um, got to know
But
your
compared to
audience.
like, yeah, yeah, I'm about to say you got to kind of finesse that a little better.
I mean, it's just your problem.
But
It's not
comparative,
mine.
fair, true. But now comparative to the industry, that is low. But yes,
Well, I just it
that's a
was
fair
like
point.
it was some years ago. Forget the artist. It was Dave Chappelle, and
Yeah.
he had his little Netflix special,
Hmm.
and he didn't like his contract with Netflix, so he was like, "I don't
Oh,
want y'all
right.
to
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
Netflix." And I'm just like, he didn't want in solidarity, because they always pull that black solidarity shit when it's time for them to get some money.
Yeah.
I ain't never
Monique
seen
did
a
that
nigga
too.
handing out
Yeah.
turkeys at Thanksgiving or in
Yeah.
knowing or
Monique did
doing,
that too.
yeah. Like, first of all, your contract with Netflix is between you and Netflix. Now,
And you signed it.
if you said
And
don't
you signed
pirate
it.
my shit,
Right.
don't bootleg my shit, understandable.
Cool.
Cool.
Support the
But I
artist.
have a valid Netflix subscription. They have a valid license to put your content on the subscription.
And
And,
I've
and,
already paid for it.
and this is during COVID, no less. And
True.
I'm going to deprive myself of entertainment to give you leverage in a contract negotiation that I am not going to receive anything from.
I'm not benefiting.
It's just an absurd ask. Like, dude, whatever dealings you got with
Yeah.
Netflix are between you and Netflix, and to try to put that on your fans on some Black Power type shit, it's so unseemly. I just find that to be
Yeah.
so tacky. And anyways,
Yeah. And also my thing, Chappelle's he's so like fake enlightened. It's just it gets he's gotten annoying to me, to be honest with you.
he's
That's a
smart for
topic for another
dummies.
day. Yeah, it's topic for another day.